Hey, a while ago, my friend Mark, who also happens to be doing Vita, made a video about Doublethink. Now, I don't know much about Doublethink, but he did bring up a good point in which he stated that people will preach about how important it is to help starving kids in Africa, donate money to charities, but as soon as they are confronted by these people out when they're out on the streets, they'll completely ignore them and just keep walking. Now, I thought this was a really great point, just because, it's true. We think something's really important, but as soon as it's inconvenient to us, we don't want to hear anything about it. And I don't think that's really fair, because, it's pretty hypocritical when you think about it. I don't think you really have a right to preach about how much you donate to charity, but as soon as you might see a homeless guy on the street asking you for some spare change or something, you'll just walk right past him and not take a second look. We kind of had a discussion similar to this when I was in grade 10 in English class, in which we were talking about how there was a world-famous violinist who played in Washington, D.C. He played at a huge sold-out arena, and the next day he was down in the subway station playing this, $5,000 violin or something like that, and no one gave him a second look. Thousands of people had paid to hear him play his music the night before, and the only person who stopped and considered him playing that day that he was in the subway station was one little kid, whose mom promptly dragged him away. What does this say about us as a culture? I'm sure you could say something along the lines of we're too busy to really pay attention to anything. I think it's that we as a culture have become really desensitized, and that we've been taught from a young age to just kind of ignore these people and do what's important to us at the time. Which sounds terrible, but it's true. How often do you really look at that homeless man on the street or that busker in the subway station and pay any attention to what he's doing or what he wants? Realistically, we don't pay any attention. We're too focused with what we want to do and where we're going to pay attention to anyone else. We're really quite a self-centered society. We try to make it out to seem like we care as a whole, but we don't. And I think that's pretty sad. So the next time you're out walking through downtown or taking the train in your city, and you see a homeless person asking for spare change or someone busking, why don't you stop a moment, give that homeless person some of your spare change, pay attention to the busker and the music he's playing, and if you really like it, then yeah, give him some of your money because he deserves it. Maybe the next time that you see someone out on the streets collecting money for a charity, don't brush them off and walk right past ignoring them. Maybe stop, hear what they have to say, learn what their charity is about, and then donate some money because that's something that's really important. When you're on the internet, you're probably one of those people who keeps going on about how important it is to help people who aren't as fortunate. So don't be the person who preaches and then completely ignores their own advice, because one, that's hypocritical, and two, everyone will find that really irritating after a while. So start taking your own advice. When you're out, please pay attention to the people who are looking for your help.